So St John's Hospital was founded in 1174 by Bishop Reginald FitzJocelyn. So we're 842 years old, which I think must be one of the oldest, if not the oldest, institution in Bath. So the charity, of course, over 842 years has evolved significantly, one would have hoped at least anyway, in order to be able to respond to the ever-changing needs of people in our local community. You know, at one point in time it was predominantly about providing almshouse accommodation, but over the years, you know, we've responded to local need through the resources that we have available to us. We have a significant property estate, which is our investment estate, which provides the income we need in order to be able to run the charity. So I think our property estate has just been valued at 76 million, and we let both commercially and residentially, so you have all the challenges associated with that. So we have our individual grants programme, where we can give smallish grants to people in crisis through referral agencies. We also have our community grants programme, so local charities in Bath and North East Somerset can apply for grant income from us. We have a pot of social investment, so we can give low-cost loans to organisations who have a social impact. Southside is a wonderful organisation that operates in Twerton, very ably led by an inspirational Chief Executive, Penny McKissock. They work with young people, children and families in Twerton through times of crisis to be able to help support those young people in a really wide and different way. One of the programmes that they have is their Young Advocates programme, which St John's has supported.
The Young Advocates are a group of young people who have been through problems in families, complex needs, stuff like that, and issues in the past, and have come through it, have struggled but been able to cope with Southside's help.
I mean, the support that we get from St John's is invaluable. I think obviously there's the financial implications, but I think it's you know, it's their approach to kind of allowing us to be creative in what support we can offer. So they're responsive, it's not a big long process, it's very personable, and they are very supportive in their advice. So it's kind of financial, but it's also a supportive factor.
It's an incredibly diverse range of organisations that we support, to be able to help people financially in times of crisis, but also to be able to help create sustainability and resilience for some of the charities that we can support through our community grants programme.
Mentoring Plus is a charity working with young people between the ages of 7 and 21. These are young people facing significant challenges in their life, and our vision is a community where all these young people are thriving.
The activity that we've got running today is a poetry workshop run by a spoken word artist, and it's been really great to watch the young people share their opinions, develop them in a poetry form, and then feel confident enough to share them.
The bigger the audiences are, the more scary it is. So it doesn't get any easier, but it's okay to feel nervous.
Through identifying a real area of need, through working with the older group, we found that the primary kids were missing out a little bit on the mentoring. And St John's money enabled us to run a pilot project from which we can now go ahead and secure contracts.
So St John's have been supporting us for a long while. Without St John's we wouldn't be here today. We certainly wouldn't be here today in such a healthy shape in terms of being able to create new projects and try different ways of working.
So in October of 2015 we launched our latest initiative called The Bubble, which is St John's community hub to outreach into the community to help support older people to lead a more active and independent life, but also to help reduce levels of social isolation. So there's a huge range of activities that happen in The Bubble, run by some incredibly committed and talented staff. And the activities this year we hope will reach about 450 people. So St John's will increasingly look in the future at how we can continue to meet need and respond to those changing needs, particularly around models of housing. What kind of housing are people going to need in the future, and how can St John's best support those needs? How can we meet the needs of a broader age range of people, both all the way from young people through to the older generation? St John's will act as a beacon for organisations that want to work together to create resilience in the community of Bath and North East Somerset.